Alright, well, welcome to another stream. I'm waiting for it to come up. There we go. I didn't check last time, but it did go through. Yeah, there we are. Live there as well. Alright, so I've got the time. I'm going to attempt to be around 2 hours or less. I checked something. I should have checked where it left me off, which I did not do. But back to Verne, A Shape of Fantasy. This is pretty far back. Oh no, the ship is still damaged. Okay. Okay, there's the doctor. Am I supposed to talk to the doctor? Search the log in the chart room. Okay. I'm gonna guess. There's a map. Okay. Okay, I am there. Chart room is there, so we do want to go close to the library.
Thank God. The elevators are still working.
I want to go. Yeah. Oh. All weird on me. Reset it. Keyboard is wireless. Sometimes it likes to go a little haywire. No? Keyboard is on. Okay, so that works. Okay, that was more of the game than anything. Oh, I actually wanted to go up one level higher.
That's all the records we have about the Scylla, the Greek ship. But these are the same papers that... Wait, what does this mean? This note. Important info in audio cylinders 399, 244, and 219.
Okay.
Sub-Lieutenant Ned Land speaking. Documentation record regarding the Ancestors Island. This is the place in which everything tells us that the flame of Hephaestus lies in. It's not only protected by those so-called ancestors, but also it's located at the center of a magnetic anomalies area that drives navigation devices mad. And to make matters worse, the island is also surrounded by huge currents and fog banks, making it virtually unreachable.
Who's this Ned Land? I can't recall that name in the crew.
Sub-Lieutenant Ned Land speaking. Documentation record regarding the Compass of Destiny. According to our research, this compass, crafted with a mineral only found in the Ancestors Island, always points to it, as if it was its own north. This, combined with a coordinate system, was used by the few ships that still traded with the island.
Nothing new, but what happened to this officer?
Somebody plopped down a lodestone, huh? Alright. There should be...
I still have some stuff to do.
Supposed to be one more.
I still have some stuff to do.
Yeah, there's supposed to be one more. Is it down?
I still...
Sub-Lieutenant Ned Land speaking. Documentation record regarding the Flame of Hephaestus. In historical records and legends, it is told that the Atlantean people found in the Ancestors' Island an amazing energy, which they called the Flame of Hephaestus. Its implementation allowed them, in a few years, to develop unimaginable technology. It moved their ships and the gigantic machinery that built their city and harvested large crops. They also created a system of extraction. I must record this here. Today, I have found something that... it may change it all. I was with the communication system, routine maintenance, when I locked on a very strange signal. It sounded almost like a voice, but it was only noise. But, oh God, Captain has replied, and they've been talking like he understood that horrible sound. It seemed like they were talking about picking up a load at a certain point of the Indian Ocean, and the captain was constantly repeating a name. Verne. I haven't recognized the other voice, but I can't believe it. Nemo is not a traitor. I must confirm this before saying anything. We are about to dock at the secret base. If there's any evidence against Nemo, it will be there, in his office. I hope that they don't catch me, and that I'm wrong too.
What? What have I just heard? Was Nemo waiting for me in the middle of the sea?
My brothers, I know you are afflicted. Shame fell on us because we failed in our mission of capturing terrorist Nemo. I know because I felt the same dishonor. But I have had an epiphany. We didn't suffer a defeat. Fate revealed our true mission in front of our eyes. The artifact is a prodigy that can change destiny. We have been spending our lives under the boot of politicians and bureaucrats of the Curia of the nation, those who just exist to fill their bellies at the expense of our blood. I say, let's take the artifact and forge a new world based on order and purity. Are you with me, brothers?
Who's shooting? Because they're all pointing at him.
Those days, my sanity felt like walking on a glass floor. I discovered that no one in the crew had ever heard talk about Officer Ned Land. If that was not enough, the recordings disappeared and left me with no other evidence of it than my damaged memory. Somebody was pulling the strings of my fate. What did they want from me? I had to find out before it was too late. I could just follow Ned Land's advice. Search into Nemo's office and bring the truth to light. Whatever it was.
Entrails of mystery.
I must leave my plans for breaking into Nemo's office for later. The captain and Edriel want to meet me. It's not the time to go back to the Nautilus. I still have things to do here. My first trip outside, and it's inside of a dormant volcano in the middle of the ocean. I have to admit that Nemo has a talent for mise-en-scène.
There's a face in that rock. Is he just seeing faces everywhere?
An old diver helmet from the first missions of the Nautilus. I've only seen them on paper. They look so much more rudimentary. I'm glad I have learned diving with the new ones.
Mr. Verne!
What obscure sea law have I transgressed now, Officer Turner?
More than one, probably, but I don't want to talk about that, sir. I didn't have the time to show my gratitude for saving us from the nation. When we rescued you, I thought you were a spy. If it were up to me, I would have returned you to that boat and let the sea judge you.
Oh, I'm glad you weren't the one who decided my fate.
But look what you have achieved with the captain. Solved Placea's temple puzzles, found the compass of destiny, saving us from the Raven himself. It feels like centuries ago since you came from that island. I'm glad that you're aboard, sir.
Oh, well, thank you. Each day it's harder to recall my past life.
That's something we all share in here. Captain Nemo slowly absorbs our lives and blends them inside the Nautilus's steel.
I keep thinking about Officer Ned Land.
Mr. Verne, I repeat, stop chasing ghosts. Since I joined the Nautilus, there has never been a Ned Land among the crew.
Will we have enough supplies and materials? It will take a lot of time until we can put foot on a harbor.
Enough, don't worry.
Where does Nemo take all these supplies?
May St. Elmo's fire burn me if I know. His web of smugglers reaches all 7 seas. When we need something, he provides.
Do you know where the captain is? I must see him, but I don't know this prodigious hideout.
The captain and Edriel are in the meeting room. Go to the elevator, 2nd floor on the left.
Do I need an access card to move around the base?
In the event that you'd need one, the captain will tell me about it. We are on alert. The use of them is now restricted.
Oh, sure. The traitor.
You may now leave, Mr. Verne. I have a lot of things to do. The captain and Edriel passed by here not too long ago. Go to the elevator, 2nd floor on the left.
Thank you, officer. I must admit that cans of algae mix are delicious, but if someday I leave the Nautilus, it will take a long time until I eat something from the sea again.
I already forgot the directions. So I think it was the second floor.
May I help you? It seems you have problems with whatever that is.
It's an Illumia. Towers that distribute blue blood through the decks of the Nautilus. No, you can't help me. Thanks anyway.
It's okay. I'll leave you working.
They got their own propaganda.
You must be extremely careful.
Verne! About time.
I am sorry. It's my first time here. What do you want from me?
Are the H capsules ready?
Not completely. We still have to fit some details. But I'm sure that we will be able to gather the energy from the flame of Hephaestus and contain it to take it wherever it's most needed.
You must be extremely careful.
Yes, I know the story. It was the source of the power of the Atlantean Empire, and also of its ominous destruction. You've told me that a dozen times.
You must make sure that they will be ready when we dock at the Ancestors' Island.
How much time will it take to the island?
I don't know yet. Once we open the chest and the Compass of Destiny is installed in the Nautilus, we will know the route.
If we get first to the island, the nation will not be able to follow us, right?
Without the Compass of Destiny, it's impossible to get there.
And what will happen if the IMAG doesn't work anymore? How will we open the chest? I haven't found anything in the Scylla's log that could help us.
The IMAG will work! I am sick of waiting!
Captain, your idea of using the blue blood to reactivate the IMAG is unfounded. The reaction could end with all of us being...
Enough! I don't want to hear you anymore! I'm fed up with you, with Cedric, with Verne. We must take radical action if we want to end the terror that is devastating the world!
Please, Captain, calm down. You are not like this.
I will not hear you, not even for a second! I am going to prepare the blue blood. If you aren't at the upper floor safe room in 10 minutes, I will go and look personally for you wherever you are. It's the last lift. I give you my personal card.
Adriel, what do we do? It's not very wise using...
Mr. Verne, the captain has given you an order. There's nothing more to be said.
I hope we don't blow up.
I'm more worried about the flame of Hephaestus. I need you to analyze the only map of Ancestors' Island to find the safest way to the flame.
But this map is...
Do it, Verne. I must go back to the Nautilus. Don't keep the captain waiting.
But this map is weird.
Are we the ancient civilization? I know I should be running, but I kind of enjoy this pace. Okay.
I must find some information before leaving.
before leaving. Oh, fine. I have to run.
A miniature of one of the Nautilus's rejected designs. In the end, he made the ship much more aggressive.
The submarine of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is one of the most iconic settings in the vehicles in all of world literature. Before the novel's release in 1870, submarines were small, dangerous vessels, such as the famous Tortuga, the first military submarine used in the American Civil War in 1775. Electricity was then almost magical, and Nemo had tamed it to light. Cook and propelled his boat. Describes Professor Aronnax, the protagonist of the novel. At a time when most people still lit their homes with whale oil, Verne dazzled the imagination of the public, creating something that no one had ever been able to imagine before. A huge submarine powered by electricity, capable of moving faster than warships, and above all with the ability to dive into the deepest waters. But all this technical marvel, civilized and cultured with a huge library, lounges, pipe organ, and all kinds of luxuries, had a dark side. It was a dangerous weapon. The seas were no longer safe. If an unseen danger could rise from the depths and split ships into two, moreover, under the iron rule of Captain Nemo, the Nautilus was a golden prison, not only for the protagonist of the novel, but also the entire crew that accompanied him. Because once aboard the ship, they never set foot on dry land again. Hey, kind of hiccup.
But this map is weird.
Yeah.
Merde. Obviously, it's closed. If I could get an access card.
Didn't he give me?
Merde. Obviously, it's closed. If I could get an access card.
How do I? Yeah.
It doesn't work. That's not useful now.
He said the last floor.
That's not useful now.
Not here.
Nemo and safety hatches. It must reach the lower floor. These are the results of cholera vaccine tests. Seems that with the algae we harvested underwater, Dr. Cedric is making major advances. It looks like a piece of a diary from the builders of the base.
12:27 p.m. Before us opens a deep hollow. It is the rugged mouth of the crater by which the eruptive liquids matter had escaped at periods when the volcano was still in activity. Hardened lava and crusted scoria form a sort of natural staircase of large steps, which will greatly facilitate the ascent to the summit of the mountain. As the volcano itself, it cannot be doubted that it is completely extinct. No smoke escapes from its sides. Not a flame can be seen in the dark hollows. Not a roar, not a mutter, no trembling even issues from this black well, which perhaps reaches far into the bowels of the earth. The atmosphere inside the crater is filled with no sulfurous vapor. It is more than the sleep of a volcano. It is complete extinction. Is Nemo looking for me now? Oh wait, that was wrong floor. It was the second floor. I mean, I guess he's gonna have to find me because I can't figure out where he wants me to be.
Wait a moment. There's a note here. It's from land. At last, I found the way to break into Nemo's office. These stains, it's like they hide something written or drawn.
There's a magnifying glass.
I need something that can help me. If I get the blue lens, I'm sure that I will be able to read whatever is written here. Officer Land must have used these same lenses to write hidden messages on the map. I'm looking for a blue lens that's missing of the loop at the map's table. Any idea of where it might be?
Doc often uses it to cook his medicines. Did you look in the sick bay?
Thank you. I must find the blue lens first. These are the results of cholera vaccine tests. Seems that with the algae we harvested underwater, Dr. Cedric is making major advances. That's not useful now. These are numbers and access card combinations. I can forge one with the tools available at Akos's workplace. I had to take note of these codes. Yes!
Okay. Alright. So this
I need something that can help me. Yes! It doesn't work. I've never seen Nemo with a turban. He's always in uniform.
Nemo in a turban.
Personal memories. Wait. Here there are notes with the name Edriel on them.
Mako, March 12th, 1856. Now that construction work is underway on the Nautilus, I have time to reconstruct the diaries that the nation destroyed after I was arrested. Today I wanted to record the events that transpired on June 27th, 1851. At the time of the war had brought me to the only village on Dongju Island, in the China Sea on a mission to train new recruits for the resistance. The desire to avenge the death of my beloved wife and daughter spurred me on. That day, news reached me that a Western woman had arrived on the island. Tired of spending the days surrounded by the recruits, I went to see who she was. I found her in her living room. There was something about her that struck my soul instantly. Not in a romantic way, but a kind of connection. We struck up conversation naturally. While lifelong friends, when I tried to elicit from her what she was doing on the Lost Island, she replied that she was making a stopover to get to Shanghai, but nothing more. As we said goodbye, she told me her name, Edriel. During the days of waiting, we took walks, shared meals, and had very interesting conversations in which we imagined what depths of the oceans could offer to humanity and how this could change the world. I was amazed by the depths of her knowledge and wisdom that belied her age. To my surprise, she also revealed herself to be an expert on Atlantis.
This bookcase is hiding something.
Oh, there are numbers on there. Yeah, should be a 3-3. So this one shows you right there. 4-2. I don't get why it's a specific order.
Yes! What's this? A record of every member of the Nautilus crew since it was built. Here, no doubt, I will find information about Officer Land. But there's nothing here about any Ned Land. That can't be. Maybe it's been manipulated. No, it certainly doesn't seem to. Am I really losing my mind?
My headaches don't stop even for a minute. I believe my body rejects the ideas that lately boil inside my mind. I've conceived a god-awful plan to give the world a second chance. The war and the nation are going to end the future. Project H, as repugnant as it may sound, is the only way out for mankind. I am aware that if we take the flame and activate the aerial torpedoes, thousands of innocents will die, and I will have to carry on in my conscience with their deaths. But after the tragedy, a new and fairer world will thrive from it. I hope that will ease my pain. Just like...
It's cut off, but it can't be. His true objective is using my capsules to bomb the nation with the flame of Hephaestus. He wants to unleash a genocide. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I must stop him. But how?
Yeah, that sounds like good old Nemo. The only certainty about the past of one of the most famous resistance leaders is that his wife and daughter were killed during the nation's invasion of the English Raj. His name rose to fame when at the command of a small rebel group, and against all odds, he thwarted and won below the plans of the nation to conquer India. After that first victory, he traveled around the world organizing resistance cells and thus complicating the nation's advances. During those years, he realized that no matter how much military strategy the resistance developed, without modern technology, they could never win the war. Thus, it was that seed of what was to become the Nautilus, was planted in his head one night in the China Sea. Unfortunately, his plans were interrupted in 1852 when he was captured by the nation's spies and imprisoned in Himera's most terrible penitentiary institution. The Terror. The warden was an ambitious officer known as the Bloody Raven, who spared no hunger, labor, and torture to succeed in breaking Nemo, but to no avail. With patience and help of those who would later join the crew of the Nautilus in August 15, 1855, Captain Nemo led an escape that not only won his freedom, but also the destruction of the mine prison. Such an affront would not be forgotten by the Bloody Raven.
I must get out of here and reach the safe room before the captain comes after me.
Safe room. I have no idea what the safe room is, but alright. Is that this room over here?
I need something that can help me.
About time, damn it!
Maybe I could catch him by surprise. Put him down. No. Impossible. Look at these hands. He could rip out my head with them. And then the crew is here. No. It's not the time. I must wait. Sorry, Captain. I got lost.
Give me the IMAG. Here, I have a blue blood concentrated sample from the Nautilus. I am convinced that when it comes into contact with the small flame of Hephaestus that makes the IMAG work, it will reactivate it.
How did you jump into that theory?
Excuse me?
Your theory? By which evidence is it supported?
I simply know it. I've spent the last years studying the flame. It will work. Give me the IMAG.
No. Edriel thinks it could kill us all.
Verne, I am giving you an order. Surrender the IMAG.
I don't have to take your orders. I'm not one of the crew.
You are alive thanks to me. Give it to me!
Captain, with all due respects, are you all right? For a few days now, I've noticed that your behavior is getting more erratic.
How dare you! I should throw you overboard for suggesting that.
My goodness.
Sorry, Verne. I didn't mean. I am a bit upset. Yes, but I can't avoid it. We are about to achieve our target, and anything can go wrong.
If everything comes out right, you will have in your hands an unimaginable power. Due to your condition, do you think it's wise to...
Wow, what a human thing to say, Verne. How understanding of you. Do you want me to surrender the control over the flame? Who to? Somebody more centered? Somebody like you, with your hallucinations?
Yes, I have my unresolved issues, but at least I have regard for human life.
The nation has found us. God damn it! I must prepare the evacuation. We need to carry the blue blood with us. Adriel thinks it's vital to find the flame. Take it to the Nautilus, but be careful. It's highly unstable. Use the chemical compounds on the table to stabilize it.
But
This card will give you access to the emergency hatches and all the doors. When the blood is stabilized, run to the Nautilus.
Yay, security guard. Okay. Stabilize the position to stabilize. Okay. No idea idea what I'm supposed to do, but alright, alright. Okay, select the bottle. How do I... There we go. Okay. Okay. Oh, no. No. Eh. Oh. Okay. No. Alright. No. These controls are funky. Okay. Drop. Uh, okay. Alright. Got- Okay. So, green, red, and green. There we go.
Yes!
Jules Verne, based on his scientific and technical knowledge of his time, wondered in many of his works what sources of energy could power the amazing machines he imagined. For him, the development of any civilization was only possible by means of the energy available to it. For example, in the Black Indies, 1877, the story of Dochart coal well, exploited and then closed down, serves to express his fears about coal as a source of energy. Coal will fail one day. That is a certain. Forced shutdown will be imposed on machines of the whole world if some new fuel is not found to replace it. In the same novel, a subterranean town appears illuminated by suspending discs that work by electromagnetism. In 1930, the engineer George Claude built the first tidal power plant, recognized as a source of inspiration, a phrase told by Captain Nemo that appears in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. The first to be written on the subject by creating a circuit between two cables submerged at different depths. It should be possible to obtain electricity from difference in temperature to which they would have been exposed. But one of Verne's most prophetic visions appears to be the mysterious island 1875. I believe that one day water will be a fuel that the hydrogen and oxygen that constitute it used alone or together will provide an inexhaustible source of energy and light with an intensity and coal cannot. That since coal reserves will be exhausted, we will be heated by water. Water will be the coal of the future. Oh, that would be nice.
I can't leave without stabilizing the blue blood.
I did. It's stabilized. See? It's right there.
That's not useful now.
Do I have to put it in a special container? Oh, okay, I had to wait.
I need something that can help me.
I had to wait for the mission update. Oh, jeez.
Soldiers. I must hide.
The nation's army is the most fearsome in all of Hemera, both for its fierceness and its cutting-edge technology. Over the years, it has fought multiple wars, crushing everything in its path. Among all of its units, the Echo Guard stands out. A team of special forces created and led with an iron fist by the fearsome Bloody Raven. Their names, according to their own tradition, comes from the fact that they consider themselves to be the echo that follows the croaking of the raven. This elite guard is responsible for the security of Curia and for carrying out the most important actions such as invasion of the Jaw Peninsula and Dragon Sea. In the Dragon Sea, we're faced with fierce resistance presented by inhabitants of the city Shakwa, or Shakoa. They choose to exterminate any trace of life using mustard gas. This corpse can only be accessed by those who survive a ferocious training, such as the brainwashing to which they are subjected to during this period. That the chosen ones, in addition to leaving transformed into killing machines, worship the Bloody Raven as if he were a god of war. There are two types of units: Echoes, infantry troop, and pyromantic shock troops. Specialists in explosives, and attached to their flamethrowers like a rider to his horse. Okay. I'm guessing that's the hatch there.
Look everywhere. I want Verne and I want him alive. Do you hear me? If I see even a little scratch on him, the person responsible will answer before me.
Merde. It's Bloody Raven again. I must pass unseen.
Here he is. Take it.
Yeah, man!
You! Stop right there!
Was not ready for that.
Here he is. Take it.
Yeah, man!
I got you, filthy terrorist.
Man, you get one wrong.
Here he is. Take it.
Yeah, man! What the hell?
Damn it to hell. Faster!
It works!
Get rid of this debris! Verne! You chose the wrong side! Join me! Forget Nemo! His days of piracy are over!
I will never work for murderers!
Listen! Come with me! I give you my word as an officer and a gentleman that you will have everything you can desire to make your research about the artifact and the flame of Hephaestus. We can change the world together!
Lately, I've heard too many times the words change the world to still believe in them. Good luck with it.
Verne! Verne! I will find you! I swear it! Faster!
Akos! Good heavens! Wait a minute. I'm sure the Illumium will be important.
The Illumium. The Illumium. Ah! Stupid Windows.
I need something that can help me.
Security guard?
Merde!
I have no idea what I'm trying to even get. Okay. The cave. 6:05 p.m. At a height of 100 feet rises a vaulted roof supported on basalt shafts, regular arches. Strange moldings appear on the columns erected by nature in thousands from the first epochs of the formation of the globe. The basalt pillars fitted one into another, measure from 40 to 50 feet in height, and in the water column, in spite of the tumult outside, washes their base. A brilliant focus of light touches every point of rock and floods the walls with light. The enormous cavern is empty. We have explored it in every direction. There is nothing here, not an animal, not a human being. Okay.
I need something that can help me. Mon Dieu! Merde! Merde! Merde!
Wasn't there a hatch in here? Oh, the hatch guy.
The cannon overheated and took a bit longer to spew its deadly charge, impacting a few seconds later. Merde! 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 The coldness Nemo displayed when he sacrificed his sanctuary shocked me. The iMag returned to life. Why? Was it because of my finding out about Nemo? The horror that the Raven inspired in me? All these questions throng inside my head, unanswered. But one of them tortured me. How could a bookworm like me stop the most intelligent and boldest man in Hemera?
You don't.
Come on. Come on! Open it!
Incroyable! You were right, Adriel.
That's true. The force of imagination has...
Nothing will stop us now! We have it! At last, the flame of Hephaestus will be in our hands! The nation is living on borrowed time. Take it to Nadine. She must readjust the servo radars and the Nautilus's navigation system to integrate the compass of destiny. Verne, take the iMag to the safe chamber.
Captain,
I must apologize for earlier. I crossed the line. Go and rest. You deserve it. The Ancestors' Island is waiting for us.
yes. Captain, Nemo still seemed to trust me. However, despite his good manners, I couldn't avoid looking at him as a murderer. When I met him, I got to admire him. His scientific genius was brilliant. Nemo and his philosophy books. Schopenhauer. It's a shame that the nation killed him because of his ideas. I should speak with Nemo before. I don't want to seem impolite. This katana was a gift from the Empire of the Rising Sun to the captain for his aid against the nation.
Mr. Verne, I am glad to see you in better shape.
Thanks, Captain. I've been here only for a few days, and I'm still getting used to this marvel.
I'm glad you like it. I've been thinking. The Atlantean priests from Placea's cult believed that there were individuals blessed by her who were more sensitive to her influx. Perhaps you are one of them, and that's why you were able to find the artifact of imagination.
Atlantis? I thought that was a myth, a tale for children.
You have had evidence of their existence in your hands. How do you make it work?
I'm not sure that I make the iMac work. Rather, I would say it reacts to events.
That's interesting. Do you fancy an underwater walk? I have a job for you.
A walk? Under the sea? Of course.
Did he just call me a Jedi?
Where are you taking me, Captain? I can see ruins in the distance.
You are going to witness a great milestone of my journey. Follow me.
Okay.
The steam oxygenator of my back allows normal breathing. Lead soles keep me on the ground, but they slow me down. But these views are so captivating. Cedric has asked us to find some specific algae for his research. I don't know if I could even recognize them with this helmet on. My goodness!
She's a beauty, isn't it?
Really impressive. That pearl must be worth a fortune. Do you want to take it?
No. I just wanted to show it to you. Who are we to interrupt a life cycle that has been growing for years, creating layers with each secretion it produces? Why? To sell the pearl? To write a book about the discovery? By chance, is our fame more important than nature itself? Let's move.
That's a huge mucus ball.
Algae chromosa. I hope you helped Cedric with the vaccine. I should speak with Nemo before.
Can you feel the heat rising from underground? We must move carefully. Lava is still flowing among the ruins.
Where are we, Captain?
You are beholding the remains of a pre-Hellenic temple dedicated to Placaea, the Atlantean goddess.
What?
We spotted it months ago. This cult survived the fall of Atlantis and thrived for a few years in the primeval Greece. In their mythology, they linked together the flame of Hephaestus with Placaea. We believe there might be hidden information here about the flame location.
Believe? Didn't you enter?
We explored it for weeks in order to make a safe way to the center of the temple. However, when we reached the doors that guard it, it was impossible for us to open them.
I'm surprised that you didn't blow them away.
Do you think that I am like one of these brutes from the nation? I never destroy what I don't know. This temple is unique. It must be preserved, not destroyed. At that moment, we couldn't stay any longer. The Nautilus was needed for the war many miles away from here. But now is different. You and the IMAG are here.
Fascinating.
It also doubles as a torch.
It's amazingly terrifying.
True. In some cultures, the octopus and its tentacles are linked with the spiral of creation and creativity.
Fascinating.
I'm going forward. Take your time to contemplate this wonder. I'll wait at the Opisthotomus entrance. Follow the lifeline.
The wire has been cut by the nibbling of some sea creature. If I had the tools, it would be easy to repair.
Or...
The wire resisted the sea creature's curiosity and kept withstanding. Seems like some object on its way to the moon? What kind of place is this?
Journey to the Moon, published in 1865 from the Earth to the Moon, is a science fiction story, but also a satire on American society. The novel is set in a period after the Civil War where all weapons have been put aside in the name of peace, causing many Americans to feel powerless and bored. Therefore, the Baltimore Gun Club is informed, and the club president, faced with a shortage of things to blow up, suggests a new use for guns and weapons. Knowledge build a giant cannon and fire a rocket to the moon to conquer it. and make it America's newest state. The fact that space exploration is not inspired by any scientific desire, but by the pure need for destruction, is one of the great reflections that Verne leaves us with. As for the scientific aspects of the novel, there are an extraordinary number of overlapping details between the mission described in the book and that of the flight of the Apollo 2 or Apollo 11 mission. More than 100 years later, a demonstration of the extent to which Verne took care of the scientific aspects for his stories. For example, among many of his predictions, including the launch site, the curvature, etc., Verne estimated the duration of the journey to be 97 hours, 4 days and 1 hour. The first piloted trip that allowed man to set foot on the moon lasted 4 days. Pretty good estimation.
This ancient Greek tests my knowledge, but I can read that this is the first part of 3 of the Primordials' story.
Among the people of Atlantis, there was a small group that underwent a mutation caused by the exposure to the flame of Hephaestus, which gave them extremely long longevity and the ability to influence the emotions of others. In turn, that influence fed back. The more individuals were influenced by it, the stronger it became. And that, in turn, allowed them to reach more people. It was an infection. Gotcha. There were primordials whose influence was positive and others whose influence was negative. Among the former, some became gods and had their own worshippers. Others became politicians who united the masses. Others became explorers. On the other hand, the negative primordials were repudiated because their influences were harmful. Hatred, sadness, stupidity, as the emotions of the Atlanteans as a nation changed, depending on the moment of their history, the positions of power among the primordials and their influence changed. So do I just... No.
This is magnificent. Aside from Nemo and his crew, I'm the first human being that has rested his eyes on these views in thousands of years. If only I could explore them.
wise if I bring a few more oxygen tanks?
Probably.
Verne, are you all right?
Yes, a bit frightened, but in one piece. The IMAG is outside.
Yes, but it has turned off. There must be a way to activate again this mechanism.
Wait a moment. There's an inscription here. 4 victories to open these gates. It must allude to 4 tests.
You have enough oxygen. Explore the hall and take the tests. I am sure that they will reveal what we are looking for.
But what if I don't make it? And if I run out of oxygen?
Mr. Verne, surrender is not an option at the Nautilus. We can't tear down these gates without compromising the whole building structure. Your only way out is solving those trials. I believe in you.
I've found a new inscription. To open the Forge of Hephaestus, you must fire up its 4 flames. It must allude to the 4 doors in front of me.
Forge of Hephaestus. Mr. Verne, we are on the right path. Go on.
I feel heavy in this wetsuit, and it begins to be hard to breathe.
You are making a great effort in your first underwater walk. Did I tell you when I faced the Kraken?
Don't patronize me. It makes me sick.
Contestant number 1, please go to the first door. That's the last one. Yeah, there we are. The Primordials had a distinctive feature. They were always born as pairs of twins, and their powers were 2 sides of the same coin. Hate and love, war and peace, sleep and wakefulness, etc. The case of Plasia and Phobos is paradigmatic. She inspired creative imagination, and he destructive imagination. Very few primordials survived the end of Atlantis and were forced to live among us. Their presence did not go unnoticed. Greek mythology baptized them as muses, since thanks to them, for centuries, thousands of artists, doctors, scientists got the necessary inspiration to carry out their works and inventions. Butterfly.
I enter the first door.
What did you see inside?
Wonderful things.
Great description.
A volcano on an island. Hephaestus's place, I guess. It reminds me of Prometheus's tale, the one who stole fire from the gods to favor mankind. Nevertheless, here is Placia, the one that steals the flame.
This is Placea's myth. We don't know for sure what Atlanteans believe in, but the descriptions that have made it to us associate the flame of Hephaestus with Placea's ability of arousing imagination, being that the origin of Atlanteans' great power.
Arouse imagination? You mean like muses do?
Exactly.
A labyrinth. I must rotate it to link the lines with the flame. Yes! The first trial is completed. A liquid has appeared on the walls. It looks like the Nautilus's blue blood.
What I'd give to see what you are seeing. Make haste. Oxygen is not endless.
Your paternalism will suit me quite well now. Tell me about the Kraken.
I made it up. Krakens aren't real.
From what I see and understand from these inscriptions, Placea ventured inside the forge of Hephaestus and managed to get his great flame. With its power, she expected to free mankind, providing them with the gift of imagination. Okay, the goddess spreads out what seems to be the energy rays, like the sun. But being a woman, she's related to the moon and her creative power. Thus, the answer to this enigma must be related to the moon cycle. Each one must mark a ray extension.
I hope that means something to you.
That's so weird. It doesn't go around. You have to hit a different button. Oh yeah, I wasn't right. Oh, it's not right. Okay.
Yes! Captain, what's the word for victory in Hindi?
Vijay.
that changed? I don't think it has. So this must be the other
Placia diced with death for us, facing ruthless creatures released by Hephaestus to stop her.
I don't have a good feeling about this.
Yeah.
But I can't see any other way out.
The door! It's closing! Vite! Vite!
Woohoo. I gotta take it first, okay.
Don't give up now.
VJ. VJ. VJ.
Just one more VJ.
After receiving the flame, mankind began to benefit from the power of imagination almost immediately. The jealous gods realized that it couldn't be taken back from them. So, to shift the balance back in their favor, they resolved to release fear to weaken them, strengthening the horrors that already dwelled amongst the human race. It must allude to Phobos, Placia's brother. Creative and destructive imagination, hope and fear. The last mural depicts a huge flame devouring a city.
Phobos is Placia's twin. As happened with most Atlantean primordial twin couples, he was her negative version. If Placia's presence stimulated creativity in humans, Phobos excited fear and destructive imagination. At the beginning in Atlantis, both siblings lived in balance. Creativity is necessary, but so is fear, since it drives us away from dangers. Nevertheless, when Atlanteans began to fret about supposed alien invasions that wanted to steal the flame of Hephaestus from them, Phobos began to acquire an unimaginable power. Atlantis transformed from being a center of cultural knowledge exchange into an impregnable castle due to the Phobos influence. Even his sister was subdued by him and was forced to inspire the creation of new weapons to defend their culture from the barbarians.
Now, I see a mural of a great snake biting its own tail. It seems I have to decode some symbols.
The tail-biting snake is an Ouroboros. It symbolizes the cyclical nature of the world, the eternal return, the wheel of creation and destruction in which mankind lives.
Oh. Oh. No, not that one. Yeah, that one. Southeast. And then northwest. Okay, north. Southeast. Can it be nothing? No, it has to be something. Is it possible that north has to be that because of the lower right insignia? That southeast would be that, and northwest that.
Yes!
Okay. Actually, she is not a goddess. She is a primordial, which is this is how the Atlanteans knew those among them who affected by a mutation influenced emotions and ideas. Placia's presence inflamed the curiosity and creativity of those around her in the golden age of Atlantis. Her influence reached almost the entire planet. The spectacular Atlantean technological development would not have taken place had it not been for her. In those years of splendor, Placia lived as a celebrity like the other primordials. The most prominent Atlantean personalities of her time longed to have her as an advisor, and ordinary citizens worshipped her as a goddess. Her public appearances were always highly celebrated. She received all kinds of gifts, and she always donated to the most disadvantaged among the Atlanteans. When the cataclysm that devastated Atlantis took place, very few primordials survived. Placia and her twin brother Phobos were two of the lucky ones, since they were both outside Atlantis when it happened. After that, Placia spent years in deep sadness. She had lost her home and the cradle of her civilization and hundreds of years of knowledge and technology. Completely disheartened and orphaned, she wandered the world until she reached Mesopotamia, where her trail disappeared. Centuries later, in pre-Hellenic times, her cult momentarily resurfaced, probably created by the few descendants of the ancient Atlanteans. The primitive worshippers of Placia associated her with the power of imagination, and therefore with the fight against fear. It is in this period that she is represented with butterflies as a metaphor of creative thinking, which takes a small idea, a worm, to transform it into something better, a butterfly. With the establishment of the classical Greek pantheon of the cult, Placia becomes archaic and primitive, and eventually disappeared. However, Placia herself and her powers weakened, continued to wander Hemera in search, albeit with little hope of those a few humans who were willing to make the world a better place. Okay.
It's not the time to go back. I still have things to do here.
Captain, you must see this! In this signaled place rests the flame of Hephaestus, power, and also the curse of Atlantis. Only those blessed with the compass of destiny will be able to navigate the horrible dangers that surround the island of the ancestors, last guardians of the divine flame.
The compass of destiny? Of course. An X on the map was way too easy. It seems that the journey will be prolonged more than I planned, but you have made a wonderful discovery. Can I count you in for the remaining voyage?
Nemo, from what I've just seen, it's just the beginning of it. You can count me in. I want to see the rest.
Fantastic. Come on, adventure waits for us.
Legends about the Ancestors' Island spoke of an area filled with magnetic disturbances and violent currents surrounding it, making it unreachable to those who weren't guided by the compass of destiny. For months, we sailed the 7 seas, looking for clues about that fantastic artifact. The first solid sign was found at the nameless city, buried under the sands of Arabia. Thanks to it, we could reach a manifesto, written in the year 246 before our era, with the name of the ships that had engaged trade with the ancestors and therefore carried the compass of destiny on board. Those months of exploration were the most fascinating times I've had the luck to experience so far. How everything has changed since then. I must stop Nemo, whatever it takes. Maybe I can win some time by sabotaging the Nautilus. It's already ruined. Nobody will be suspicious of me. I hope. The best approach is going for the most damaged system. If I find Maddie, maybe I can get a clue. She knows everything going on inside this prison.
Sabotage.
We are underwater. I can't go outside. Nemo's organ has always fascinated me, and also gives me chills, just like the captain.
Beautiful. Alright, what we got out there now? Oh. Well, aren't you interesting? Is someone blooping me? Kunai, are you blooping me? How you doing, Kunai? Thank you for hopping in. Alice 1 from Captain Nemo to Monsieur Pascal Grossot, editor-in-chief of the Herald of the Resistance. Notes on the Nautilus for feature article. First of all, I must apologize for being late in sending these notes. War doesn't respect any social engagements, and these last few months have been no different. I am enclosing with this letter the material you requested me to prepare, a report on the Nautilus, in the hope that, as you indicated, it will serve to raise morale among our comrades and serve as an example of how science and knowledge are our allies in the fight against the nation. You will forgive me if some of the information is too brief or too shallow, but there is information about my vessel that cannot become public, knowledge for the sake of my crew. I also hope you understand that due to security reasons, this will be our last communication. Yours sincerely, N. And the other two documents. Well, let me climb. Well, now it's broken.
The knowledge about sea life that Nemo treasures. It's incredible.
Smash it!
These pipes will not fix themselves. I can't be with you now.
I still can't decode Nemo's technology to send messages under the ocean. I still have some stuff to do. still amazed that we can breathe under the sea, thanks to these machines.
Maybe in the workshop?
Verne, if you are idle, ask Edriel if you can help with something.
If I draw the iMag, Nemo will see the alert. It isn't worth the risk.
Oh no, maybe in the core?
Better if I don't bother him. My presence here is never appreciated. Better if I don't bother him. My presence here is never appreciated. The Nautilus's core is startling. Better if I don't bother them. My presence here is never appreciated. The Nautilus's core is
Yeah, it's
startling.
just a view from the other side. Alright. Nothing in the core.
Better if I don't bother them. My presence here is never appreciated. The Nautilus's core is startling.
Oh, there's a central thing too. Okay. search the other side.
The doctor has put on a "Don't Disturb" sign.
Do disturb? Okay.
Mon Dieu! The riches he amasses are spectacular!
See, I can manufacture the air necessary for my consumption, but it is useless because I go up to the surface of the water when I please. However, if electricity does not furnish me with the air to breathe, it works at least the powerful pumps that are stored in the spacious reservoir, and and which enables me to prolong and needed and as long as I will stay in the depths of the sea. For a long time I've renounced the food of the earth, and I am never ill now. My crew, who are healthy, are fed the same food. The sea supplies all my needs. Sometimes I cast my net in tow, and I draw them in ready to break. Sometimes I hunt in the midst of this element, which it appears to be inaccessible to man, and quarry the game which dwells in my submarine forest. My flocks, like those of the Neptune's old shepherds, graze fearlessly in the immense prairies of the ocean. I have a vast property there, which I cultivate myself, and which is always sown by the hand of the Creator of all things. My cook is a clever fellow who excels in dressing these various products of the ocean. Here is a preserve of sea cucumber, which a Malay would declare to be unrivaled in the world. Here is a cream of which the milk has been furnished by the Cetacea, and the sugar by the great focus of the North Sea. And lastly, some preserves of anemones, which is equal to that of the most delicious fruits. Note, recheck Monsieur Crofsel's credentials before sending.
Ultimately, Nemo is a man, and his heart beats when faced with the power of wealth.
Oh, bloop you too. Hey, Esketeer, how's it going? Bridge. Cool. I'm glad you're here for that chillaxing. Okay, I can't go here.
I still have some stuff to do.
Things are alright. Approaching that 2-hour mark, so I'm gonna be ending things here pretty soon. Yeah, I'm gonna be trying to keep the point and clicks to 2 hours because I have them live on YouTube as well. Make them long, but not too long. God damn you, Windows. No, I'm not trying to do that. Massive. Yeah, we are in the 2 hour mark, so we're gonna go ahead and call it a night here. Thank you guys for joining me on those that were live. I hope you enjoyed it, but we'll go ahead and call it a night. Play this again next Monday. And tomorrow, probably going to be playing with Weirdo again. Again, that's going to be, that's more midday for me. I'm just trying to do 2 different times. You're welcome, Husketeer. Y'all have a good one. Catch you on the next campfire.